what comes to mind for me is, how can I eat properly while I'm on vacation? How easy is it for me to get around on vacation? And I happened to meet the world's most wonderful person when it comes to accessibility in foods and resorts here at the Palladium in Maya and Riviera, Chrissy Norgate. And Dr. Norgate has been working with the Palladium group on improving access to food and the resort itself. And I'm going to hand it over to Christine to tell us what you've done with people with food sensitivity, celiac disease, inflammatory bowel disease, situations where they need to have a specific diet.
About 5 years ago, I actually came down with a condition called diverticulitis. So I was very, very limited on the foods that I could eat, and I realised that going on holiday was going to be quite a serious problem, because especially when you're going to foreign countries, because you don't know what you're eating. So I contacted the director from Palladium, and he suggested that because I'm a doctor and because I understand what I can eat and what I can't eat and other people's medical conditions, that we had a meeting. From this meeting, we now have set up a system. So when you actually come on holiday, you arrive at the front desk and you tell them if you have an allergy to nuts or if you have an allergy to milk, wheat, gluten, sugar, whatever it is, and they will give you a card. Now this card, on the back, it is written both in English and in Spanish, and it tells the waiter or any other member of staff what you can and what you cannot have. So if you don't speak the language, instead of you having to sit there and go, I can't have this, I can't have that, you just place this card on the table, the waiter sees the card, and he immediately knows what you can and cannot have, and he will advise you then of the menu. We've also set up a complete menu for people who suffer with celiac conditions. So the food that is on this menu is totally edible for anybody who suffers with a celiac condition. And this is your own private little menu, and it is in every single a la carte restaurant here. So you can go in with a peace of mind that your family can eat whatever they want, and you have your own little menu to eat from, which is a wonderful thing. And I'm also a destination expert for TripAdvisor, so I'm getting people all the time saying, I'm really worried, my son or my daughter who's 5 or 6 has just come down with this condition. We want to go, but we're scared for the children. And to put them at peace of mind and to let them know that the child is going to be able to eat without any fear of being ill on holiday is just
fantastic.
Absolutely amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. It keeps a lot of people at home, especially celiac. Now, I also understand you shared with me yesterday they're also working toward labeling the actual buffet items as well.
We have an amazing guy here called Alejandro Martin, and he is the food and beverages manager, and he has an amazing understanding of allergies and food. So one of the things we have done is set up a gluten-free corner in every buffet. So every morning you can go to the buffet and there is a special corner with breads, cereals, cakes, everything that has been made gluten-free. So you don't have to hunt around and think, can I eat it, can I not eat it?
I will be sure to check that out tomorrow. I didn't know that was there.
Yeah. And he's also working with labelling all the food as well. Now, it's very difficult because with some of the things, it's like it has tomatoes, it has flour, it has soy, it has this. And if they did every single course that they did, you've seen the size of the buffets here. They're absolutely ginormous.
Yeah.
Because
it's so true. It's absolutely true. The variety is phenomenal.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do now is just get the small letters put onto the bottom of each card. So you'll have like GF or DF or whatever actually put onto the card above each particular option.
Perfect.
This is within the buffet area and within the a la carte menus as well. So there'll always be something for you to eat. And if you're very nice to him, he might even send you some gluten-free cakes to your room, which I get every single day.
Oh, wow. Would you introduce me to Alejandro, please?
No problem, no problem. But he really has an amazing understanding of it. And if you arrive at the resort and you're worried about anything, just ask to see him, and he will arrange a sit-down coffee and a meeting with you. And if there's anything that you need, anything you need brought in, he will arrange it and he will get it brought in by the next day for you.
Lovely. Very nice. Now, let's talk about accessibility for a little while, because oftentimes that goes hand in hand when people are trying to decide where they can and can't vacation. And we mentioned before the Palladium was raising their bar on nutrition. I understand that they are raising their bar on accessibility as well. I happen to use a motorized scooter, and I find I'm very comfortable at the Palladium at the Maya and Riviera destination. And I understand they're still working on it, so I'll hand that over to you.
Okay, at the moment about 90% of the resort I'd say is accessible for people who are using any kind of wheelchair.
I would agree.
There is a company in Playa del Carmen which are now offering motorised wheelchairs.
Nice.
So you can either contact the hotel before you come on holiday, and this company will arrange to have a motorised wheelchair either brought to the airport to you or actually to the hotel. There will be a charge for this, which you can talk over with the hotel, but at least then you're going to be able to get around that, because it is actually a huge resort, as you know. And a push wheelchair is fine if you're just in one specific area, but if you want to
take it all in,
if you want to take it all in, I would advise that you hire one of these motorised units. We're also starting to do the whole renovation on the colonial section of the hotel. In this, we're going to put some disability rooms which are going to have access ramps. They're to have rubberized pieces put over the lips to the doors so you don't have any jarring when you go in. And there will also be a full wet room rather than a bath. And there'll be...
So by wet room you mean a roll-in shower?
Yes.
Right?
And there will be seats provided as well. And also the toilet in these particular rooms will have bars to enable you to get on and off the toilet. We do have disability toilets within the lobbies, which I know you've used.
We call them accessible.
Accessible, sorry. This is the English side of me, I do apologise. We have accessible toilets here that do have a bar on the wall, but we're going to have a look at every single one of them within each lobby and what we can actually do to make your life easier and to make your life better.
Wonderful.
We're also going to have some signs done, which will have a picture of a wheelchair and an arrow, and it will tell you which direction to take
for the accessibility.
To where
so
the ramps
routes,
the routes for you to actually go.
Yeah.
Because it's great, you get into a lobby and you're like, okay,
where is it?
Where is it?
And what I found is there's always an access point,
but you can't always find it.
But it's not always exactly where you want it to
Yeah.
be. So it's nice to know. That would be great to be able to say, oh, okay, I'll just zip around here then.
But this is also handy for people who have children with pushchairs.
Yeah,
Because,
absolutely.
you know, when we have a lot of wooden raised bridges here which are not accessible for people with pushchairs or that need accessibility. So these signs are going to be put up around the resort, which is going to show you which way to go, the quickest way to go without you thinking, whoops, there's a step there.
That's right.
Okay.
Good stuff.
We've
Excellent.
just introduced a thing called a Neptune chair. And this is kept down at the dive centre, actually easy.
I tried it yesterday. It was a riot. Yeah,
It's
it was
really
good.
comfortable,
Yeah.
and you can be taken out actually into the ocean on this chair. And if you feel you want to get off and have a little dip and back onto the
absolutely.
chair again, you can do this without having to walk over any rocks or any stones.
Yeah.
It will actually go over rocks. It's very stable. It doesn't tip over. And I'm sure you found it a lot of fun as well.
Absolutely, I thought it was great.
So instead of just having to use the pool and think, oh well, this is my holiday, this beautiful ocean's looking at me, you now have accessibility. And this is actually, the Palladium here is actually the flagship.
That's the Mayan Riviera.
Yeah, the
location.
Mayan Riviera one. So everything we do here, be it from the allergy cards, which are now in every single Fiesta hotel, and the accessibility and the beach chairs, everything, once it's been, if you like, put into practice here and find that it works, then we're going to get them put into all resorts that need this kind of
beta
access.
site for
Yeah. This is like the baby site to try everything out.
Right.
So please feel free to come and try it.
Another thing that I just wanted to mention as well are the bicycles in the swimming pool. So we have stainless steel exercise bicycles in the pool, which is fabulous.
Yeah.
Absolutely fabulous, because it takes the weight off and allows you to get the limbs moving.
Yeah, and for anybody that suffers, has had a broken limb, or who suffers with MS or arthritic conditions,
Absolutely.
anything like this, these exercise bikes are in the pool, so you're weightless, so it doesn't put as much strain on the muscles, and you can just sit there and do your 100 kilometers or whatever it is you're going to do in the day.
Yeah.
We also have an amazing gymnasium here.
Absolutely. Yep. I'm very familiar with that as well. With trainers. With qualified trainers. Yeah. And last year I worked exclusively with a trainer there every morning at 10 o'clock. So yes, for me, vacation includes good eating and good exercise. So, not to have to interrupt your regular program, your regular routine.
But I mean, the Palladium's aim is just to keep on improving everything. And any suggestions that anybody has to make your stay easier for you or more accessible for you, we're always open to suggestions here. But we need feedback. It's no good coming on holiday and going back and complaining because once you're at home, your friends, TripAdvisor, Facebook or whatever, can't do a thing about it.
Right.
Let us know what you need, let us know what you want, and we will try and provide it for you to make your holiday the best it can possibly be.
Well, thank you so much for your time.
You're very welcome.
Taking your time today. And honestly, if you're looking for an accessible location with great food, honoring food sensitivities, the Grand Palladium on the Maya Riviera is definitely a destination to consider.